Dear friends, it's almost surreal that this 50th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum is coming to its close. Our 50th annual meeting has been truly remarkable. It was remarkable due to the real progress that we created together on a spectrum of issues where public-private collaboration is crucial. We laid the basis for a decade of delivery. On inclusive growth, the International Business Council, incorporating 140 of the world's largest companies, agreed to support efforts to develop a core set of common metrics and disclosures that could be used to measure private sector progress against key environmental, social, and governance goals. The Forum became a founding partner this week, alongside Refinitiv and the United Nations, of the Future of Sustainable Data Alliance. The Alliance focuses on improving the quality of climate and environmental data for companies and investors. The DAVOS Friends of Africa Growth Platform was launched with the support of the presidents of Botswana and Ghana to promote entrepreneurship in Africa. The platform's initial target is to reach 1 million entrepreneurs by the end of 2020. A strategic partnership was signed between the World Economic Forum and the OECD to accelerate progress towards inclusive and sustainable growth globally. 42 organizations, including businesses from mining, automotive, chemical, and energy, that have a combined revenue of $1 trillion, agreed on 10 important guiding principles, reinforcing environmental stewardship, sustainable development, and respect for human rights in the global battery value chain. On skills and work, the Reskilling Revolution was launched to provide better education, skills, and jobs to 1 billion people by 2030. With the initial backing of the governments of Brazil, France, India, Pakistan, the Russian Federation, and UAE, and the US, and many important companies. 6 leading platform companies became founding signatories of the Forum's Charter of Principles for Good Platform Work. The valuable 500 initiative of companies committed to placing disability inclusion in their leadership agendas that was launched last year in Davos announced that 241 companies from 24 countries have now pledged their support. On trade, ministers in Davos announced negotiations between 99 economies on a new international agreement on investment facilitation by the WTO. The agreement aims at making it easier for investment to flow between economies while increasing its development impact. As the US and France agreed a détente on digital taxation during the annual meeting, the Forum received a mandate from multi-stakeholder partners to further build understanding and input to the international tax reforms. The Forum partnered with the Japanese government to launch a multi-stakeholder effort to find practical mechanisms to enable data-free flow with trust. And this is in support of the Osaka track process that was initiated at the G20 in 2019. On civil society, the Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship announced that its community has improved the lives of more than 622 million people in 190 countries since 2000. Congratulations, Hilde, for your leadership. Examples of impact include distributing 6.7 billion in loans of value of products and services, mitigating more than 190 million tons of CO2, improving education for more than 226 million children and youth, improving energy access for more than 100 million people, and driving social inclusion for over 25 million people. Again, congratulations to the Schwab social entrepreneurs under the leadership of the chairperson, Hilde Schwab. On combating climate change, 1T.org, a new multi-stakeholder effort aimed at supporting efforts to grow, conserve, and restore 1 trillion trees by the end of the decade was announced. Truly historic. Within the first days of its launch, Colombia announced to plant 180 million trees by 2022. Salesforce committed to plant 100 million trees. Maybe not Mark only himself, but he was the force behind it. Pakistan said it will plant 2 billion trees. Additionally, 1T was supported by the US, China, and Saudi Arabia as part of its G20 presidency. The forum's network of global shapers, I think we all have seen them, very dynamic young people, also committed to planting 1 million trees themselves by 2021 across 400 hubs worldwide, the community of 10,000 global shapers. New members signed up to the forum's community of CEO climate leaders. The community is committed to helping companies meet the Paris climate goals. The Sustainable Markets Initiative, backed by a Sustainable Markets Council, was launched by His Royal Highness Prince Charles in collaboration with the World Economic Forum, with the goal of bringing about the transition to sustainable financial markets and rapid industry decarbonization. The Net Zero Asset Owner Alliance of 16 pension funds and insurers committed to helping achieve the Paris climate goals added the Church of England and Generali as new members. The Alliance portfolio now stands for staggering $4.3 trillion US. That's walking the talk. The forum's advanced manufacturing and production community launched a carbon reduction in manufacturing initiative to achieve a goal of cutting carbon emissions in manufacturing by 50% by 2030. On the Sustainable Development Goals, Frontier 2030 was launched as a platform to leverage the technologies of the 4IR to accelerate the SDGs. The platform is led by UNDP in partnership with the governments of Botswana, South Korea, and Norway, as well as private sector commitment from a range of companies. The Food Action Alliance was launched by the World Economic Forum, the International Fund for Agriculture Development, IFAD. Over 20 global leaders agreed to strengthen the sustainability of the world's food systems through better nutrition, climate adaptation, and access to finance. A new multi-stakeholder partnership, SDG 500, was launched to mobilize $500 million towards achieving the SDGs in emerging markets through a series of 6 blended finance funds. There was also very important meetings on how to make sure that the fourth industrial revolution was also has major positive impact on growth in the West Balkans. A peace platform for Africa was also launched, and we also had a very important meeting on Syria, how to build back better. On emerging technologies, The forum partnered with a community of 40 central banks, international organizations, academic researchers, and financial institutions to create a framework to help central banks evaluate, design, and potentially deploy central bank digital currency. The forum, in collaboration with 100 stakeholders, produced Empowering AI Toolkit to help board members better understand the positive and negative implications of deploying artificial intelligence. Partners of the Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution Global Network, including Brazil, Colombia, Japan, and Saudi Arabia, expanded their commitment to ensuring responsible and ethical governance of smart city technologies through the G20 Global Smart Cities Alliance on Technology Governance. Also this led by the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum's Global AI Council launched in 2019, collaborated with UNICEF to create guidelines for AI-supported toys for under 7 years old, as well as identifying young people under the age of 18 to sit on a global AI youth council. On cybersecurity, a group, I'm going to end today, not tomorrow. It's a long list, but we're getting there. On cybersecurity, a group of private sector leaders from leading cybersecurity companies, services providers, and global corporations, along with leading law enforcement agencies, Interpol and Europol, agreed to work together with the Forum through 2020 to foster a global public-private alliance against cybercrime. A group of telecommunications stakeholders endorsed new principles combating high-volume cyber attacks that could protect up to 1 billion consumers in 180 countries. This matters. The Partnership for Global LGBTI Equality, which was launched in Davos last year to accelerate inclusion for LGBTI people, announced it has grown its membership to 15 international businesses. So there's all big opportunities for other CEOs to also join this initiative this afternoon. Last topic, on saving lives. The World Economic Forum announced a partnership with the Global CEO Initiative to form a coalition to accelerate treatments for Alzheimer's disease. The forum initiated Ending Workplace Tuberculosis, a multi-sector initiative aimed at tapping into the business community to help stop TB in countries disproportionately hit by the disease. And last, but extremely important, CEPI, the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations that was launched in Davos in 2017, and that developed the vaccine against Ebola, today announces 3 programs to develop fastly vaccines against coronavirus. Very consequential. Ladies and gentlemen, when the 50th anniversary is coming to its close, we were also reflecting on the gift to our founder and executive chairman, Professor Klaus Schwab. And we realized that these results that I now mention are the best way to honor the spirit of Klaus Schwab when he initiated the World Economic Forum in 1971. Congratulations, Klaus. Dear friends, on behalf of Klaus and myself, thank you for your commitment to improving the state of the world. And a big thank you to my colleagues at the World Economic Forum. Without them and their hard work, we could not put this meeting together. So let's also give everyone that has worked 24/7 in preparation and delivery of this meeting a big applause.